Question number 4. Now in this question we need to find runtime for this method over here. So this method also prints the unordered pairs, but in this case this function takes two arrays. So in the first parameter we have array A, and in the second parameter we have array B. So for each element of array A, we are looping through the array B. Then we are comparing that if the element from array A is less than the element of array B, then in this case we are printing these pairs. Otherwise we are not printing. To make things easier, we can exclude this part from here, so we can easily find out that this part takes a one-time complexity, because here we have only if condition and then we are printing out the elements of array. So we can write this method like this. So I have excluded this part to write it like this. So this part takes a one-time complexity. Now we need to find out the time complexity for these two loops over here. So as you see, we have two nested loops over here. Now many people think that this should be quadratic time complexity because we have nested loop, but here you need to be careful that here we have two different arrays. So we don't know the number of elements in the arrays. So that's why it will not take the quadratic time complexity. So the time complexity here completely different. So if the number of elements in the array A is A and the number of elements in the array B is B, so this part of code will take AB time complexity, because in this case for each element of A we are looping through all elements of the B. So in this case the time complexity will be OAB. So here we are multiplying it. So as you remember the rule that we have explained, so for multiplication, if we have for each element of this then do that, then in this case we are multiplying this time complexity. So the time complexity for looping through array A is OA, and the time complexity for looping through array B is OB. So here A is the length of array A and B is the length of array B. Now if we multiply them, we are getting OAB time complexity. Now hopefully you have understood this. Now in the next lecture we are going to look at another interview question.